access to finance has been a big obstacle for SMEs traditionally. Things are changing now, but it still remains an obstacle. How can we overcome that?
There are n number of numerous solutions with SMEs. I remember I went one of the MSME physical event before pandemic, and they were telling that what schemes MSMEs can avail. So they talked about CGT MSME, and they asked in a public, is there any business who has availed it? I think I only raised the hand, and I said, sir, yes, these government scheme exist and we have availed it. There was a normal thing, and suddenly the speaker who was from Government of India, I sat down and sit down. He said, can you, gentlemen, please stand up again and repeat what you have said. When I said that, at least then he said quotedly, yes, there is one gentleman in this entire thing who says the Government of India schemes are there for the people and it can be availed. The $1 million problem statement is, are you having those kind of papers and the support documentation by which you can really avail it? If you have done finances with a shortcut, and if you have done finances with legitimate compliances and everything, all the schemes, I will not go through the schemes. So there are many things you have already covered in your, many of the podcasts and seminars and this thing. It is how you want to do the business. Legitimate way, aate mein namak, namak mein aata. You have to think on these things. These are the base points. अगर आप सोचो कि मुझे cash business करना है और cash ही करना है, and I want to do the manipulation. So I'm not giving any offense or any thing to the people who are doing it legitimately, but we know if we can't prove it on papers, the government will not accept the fact. Neither the banks. हम बोलते हैं अंडा मुर्गी अंडा का डिबेट. I think it's generation and generation.
Right.
फॉर्ड की नई स्कीम खराब है, वो कहेंगे नहीं सर आपके बिजनेस के डॉक्यूमेंट पूरे नहीं है.
Right.
If you are preparing a documents, if you are doing a business, I think it is the way you should do it with the compliances. I remember my father says, yeah, I was doing a cash business and I was happy. I don't know, मेरे को आपका ना ये क्रेडिट वाला बिजनेस समझ नहीं आता. मैंने कहा फादर साहब, I agree that was the need of the time way back in 80s and 90s or maybe early 90s, right? आज अगर मैं क्रेडिट पे कर रहा हूँ और मैं स्केल लेवल पे कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे पेपर्स पर ही करना होगा. Because whatever I am doing, I will never be able to prove it on cash business. But yes, I will be able to prove it if I have done it through the legitimate way of doing financial paperwork. Let it be an audited balance sheet, let it be timely paying GST, let it be timely paying TDS or any obligation. Manali, you would appreciate that पहले क्या था, सब कुछ manual.
Right.
Technology अगर बड़ी है तो वो overall बड़ी है. हम बोलते थे, so we have been to many countries, so social security number एक आता है तो वो लोग बड़े proudly बोलते थे enter मारा और सब कुछ आ गया.
Right.
Are we not heading to that with Aadhaar card? Are we not heading with that? So the technology is being adopted by the government side also, from the people side also, and from the business side also. And still, if you are hiding the things and if you are not doing it, so you can't scale. A lakh of rupee in cash is weaker than 1,000 rupees in check. So the hurdles will be overcome. First, you have to have your documentation, the finance part, written properly, so that you are confident. So I want to, think on how to increase the sales, but I would not like to spend my time, money and energy in manipulating the business entries. Whatever is liable to government should be paid to government. Whatever is liable to the people with the compliances should be paid to them. And whatever profit comes. So my business 99.95 I should say is digitalized. entry of rupee 1 to 1 crore is via bank. And I'm saying it proudly because these are the few things which you have to decide. Unless
Right.
you adopt it, your organization will not adopt it. Your people will not adopt it. And if you have given that ecosystem which has an environment, irrespective of 1 rupee to 1 crore, it is going to be a digital payment. Everybody is going to accept it because आप बताइए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोलता हूँ, हम एयरपोर्ट को गंदा क्यों नहीं करते जब हम वहां जाते हैं?
Right.
स्पीड पे क्यों कर देते हैं? हम कार का शीशा खोलते हैं और मूंगफली के छिलके बाहर फेंक देते हैं, but can you do it at airport?
Right.
Because the environment being created over there. Similarly, your business, the environment you have created within your organization will not only help you adopt fair ways, even for your teams who are working. So it is first you have to start, your team has to start writing the businesses in an ideal way. I think बहुत ही बड़ा theoretical thing है, but if you adopt it, it has a miracle results.